Alright, hello everyone. My name is Peacock. I'm a graphic designer and a marketer here in Atlanta. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, and then I'm going to talk about the business side of this industry and how to actually find your money. So I'm 31 years old. I have an associate's degree in radio broadcasting. I have a bachelor's of fine art. I have an MBA in marketing. I'm 2 classes away from a master's in human resources. Focused pretty much on business ethics, being ethical among with employees and businesses. I started a project about 3 years ago, MyRapAudition.com, during the social media boom. Everybody knows about social media, Facebook, everything else. So I came up with one for rappers, hip-hop artists, almost like WorldStar. You might think WorldStar, but for everybody. YouTube clone, HTML5 compatible. I do have a Android app. I do have an I think I took my iPhone app now, but I do have an Android app still. I'm big in crowdsourcing, native advertising. Does anybody understand what that is? Crowdsourcing is basically a community of people who work on a job or a project for cash prizes. The majority of today's marketplace will be done in crowdsourcing. So what does that mean for y'all? Crowd ideas is like crowdsourcing, but taking ideas to one step at a time. This is another one. This is another tool that is going to be utilized in the future. Just like stock photography, iStock photos, is a type of crowdsourcing. 99 Designs is a type of crowdsourcing. Companies like Tongle, which does crowd ideas, type of crowdsourcing, and Pop 10 and Mo Films. So if you're in these type of industries, then these type of things will really help guide you to meet people who you really connect with, utilize, and profit from. Now, for those who are not really involved in like working with a lot of people or want to work with a lot of people, there's other avenues to make money, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. My company that I make money from right now is I do graphic design and web design for companies. I found my business people with the Chamber of Commerce. Anybody here involved with the Chamber? No one's involved with the Chamber? All right, the Chamber is a very, very powerful networking group. People have heard of PowerCore. People have heard of BNI. All these loyal things. Has any of y'all been involved in any of those? How did it work out for you?
Well, when I lived in Maryland, BNI gave me all my business.
Those type of networking groups are closed networking groups. But the thing is, with a lot of those, if I'm correct, you are supposed to pass out other leads to other people. All right, I've always felt like there's a sense in distance between relationships, more of a hardcore sell. So it's not really learning people, but it is over time. It depends on how you do it, and each group is different. I'm a Chamber fan, huge Chamber fan. I belong to the Gwinnett Chamber. I've been a member for 4 years. I'm also involved in co-working. Y'all familiar with co-working? Co-working is like a whole bunch of businesses in an office, and they kind of all come. you know your passion, then that's all you need to target. And a good example I would say on that end is, say for instance you're an illustrator. Let's put an example with medical illustration. If you're a medical illustrator, you're doing hearts, you're doing lungs, etc. You're selling your pieces. But you can actually go down into the fine details of the heart or the lung and become a specialist at that. This is all you do. You know everything about these organs or this niche in the market. You don't have to worry about anything else coming to you because you know where to target your audience. So what does that do for you? So if you build an illustration, you're generating income from these specific doctors or these people who need your illustrations for their business or their organization. But as long as you understand the licensing agreement, or as long as with your contract, you can actually use those images on like iStock and get reoccurring income. This is all a business. When I say that, remember, it's like 90% business, 10% talent. Because how many people out here know of designers or whatever, not really talented or whatever, but they're making money? You know that, right?
Yeah. I realized that with the animation business, whereas the artwork was getting less and less and less, versus how it used to be back in the day where you had to be almost a Disney person. I had to go by the Disney way of working in order to make money.
Exactly. It's a business. It really has nothing to do with that much talent anymore. It's about how you can market yourself, how you can build your key relationships, and hone in on those relationships. You know what though? I would say that it's a survival of the fittest. It's just like when you get into a pack of wolves. The strongest wolf is going to dominate everyone, and that's how the business is. It's nothing personal. There's nothing. It could be some scheming about it, but it's nothing. It's not personal. At the end of the day, we all got to pay our bills. We have our light bills. We have our cell phone bills. So you have to gravitate to that niche and be that person who's the expert. Where when other people come into the marketplace, it's not that big of a deal to you because you've already got those key relationships. My relationships have pretty much dealt with. I've built when I worked with Jagged Edge. Or with them for about 2 years, and I worked with a couple super producers, and I worked with a couple other artists, and I've been able to hone in on that and build my network among coalition DJs and some of the other PR people in the industry. Not only that, though, I worked at Chamber, which gave me another avenue that's been able to generate money after spending countless hours there and spending countless amounts of money. I couldn't even tell you how much money I spent. But they're all coming to me. Is it not great when people are just coming to you for stuff? It's a lot easier to sell. You know what I mean? All right, so now I want to go back to like crowdsourcing a little bit. Are any of y'all members of any type of crowdsourcing sites like 99 Designs? How's it worked out for you? You put a lot of time into it.
No. That's the thing, I'm not proactive. And I get the emails all the time, and I submit a few at a time.
My understanding is it's like 60% of the time it's not going to work out for you. But you can build those key relationships in it. So think about how you interact with the crowd and building a relationship with people who you really like. But keep people business mind. Because remember, the people that you hang out with the most is pretty much going to rely on your income. That's how you're going to pick your income, in that sense. Does that make sense? Like everybody around you, look at the people around you, look at all the aspects of your life and who you interact with. Those people are pretty much on the same income level as you. So how do you like go to the next level in that? Dealing with people outside of your network, crowdsourcing sites, just like social networking sites. But remember, social networking sites is for everybody. You really want to hone in on it, like DeviantArt. I'm pretty sure everybody's a member of DeviantArt, right?
Yeah.
Been around for a long time, one of the most popular websites in the world.
Yeah.
Have y'all built any relationships with those people on that website?
I know I have. I know people from all around the world through DeviantArt.
Remember, this is a global economy now.
I try to network with like a lot of the comic book artists that are in here. Kind of keep up with like what they get like artist tips and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. But you want to actually start trying to interact with the community. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, and the same thing with group forums. When it comes to like LinkedIn or whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody's remember LinkedIn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these group forums are huge. This is how you can build relationships and find money. Remember, you spend so many minutes. Like, I spend about 20 minutes a day on LinkedIn. I spend about the same amount on Twitter. And Tongo, I spend some time on Tongo, and I spend some time on Pop10. Even Meetup. You got to, and also know who you want to connect with. What is it? What are the people that you want to connect with? Because there's so many people out there. Not everybody's fit for everybody. Does it make sense? Just because you think you can add value to them doesn't mean that they want to talk to you. But the thing is, the great thing is you can try. And if they don't respond back to you, you can try again until they tell you to leave you alone. Remember, you got to put the effort in wanting to build those relationships. So I want y'all to think about other sites that y'all can get, that y'all might know of. Does anyone know of anything that I haven't mentioned?
What's a good website for artists?
Etsy.
Etsy?
Have you already mentioned Etsy?
No, Etsy. No, I haven't mentioned Etsy.
I know it's more craft. Well, I say that, but they have a lot of artists on there as well.
Remember, craft people need marketing tools.
Right. So Etsy is like one of the premier, like artsy fartsy, and not poo-poo, I mean, but just like arts, crafts, all that kind of stuff is on Etsy.com.
My mama's on Etsy.
Ah, see, there you go.
All right.
Hire an illustrator.
Hire an illustrator?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that. I'm not a member, but I've heard of it, yeah.
Conceptart.com.
Constant Art?
Conceptart.
Conceptart.com.
I've never heard of that one.
I haven't heard that one. That's absolutely good.
I think also there's a kitchen or kitchen sink that is
Kitchen
something
sink?
reminds me of that one, of your concept, but it's like it's got something with kitchen in it, either kitchen or kitchen sink.
Kitchensink.com?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
There's also Color Lovers.
Colorlovers.com? Okay, so these are all these sites, and I'm pretty sure they can be all hooked up to Twitter for the most part. Everybody have a Twitter account?
AWN.com.
AWA.com? AWN.com.
Yeah, it's for animation.
It's for animation.com.
Yeah, but it's all like for example, let's say Capcom like artists or Kung Fu Panda, like the Kung Fu Panda had Stitch got 12 episodes. They need an artist. So that's when you go like pay gigs and you want like need.
Animation's a big deal, especially here in Atlanta now.
Right. I think what's the company that Bob's Burger, Bitbox, they're talking about moving down here and there in Union.
Is anyone in here a Flash designer?
What kind?
Flash designer?
I used to mess with it. I haven't touched it in a couple of years.
That's another thing about designers and illustrators that we really need to know is that we have to keep improving our skills. Just Photoshop, if you don't rely on Photoshop, just don't rely on Illustrator. You have to think about other software that is coming out or like 3D Studios. Is anybody a 3D Illustrator? But in order to really make some good money in this industry, you have to be like that one shop stop in a sense. And you're getting a lot of people coming out of college who've been, playing with these programs for 15, since they were 15 years old, downloading them, bootlegging them, and started messing with them in college. But here's the cool thing, guys. If y'all can build your network of key people, you can hire those kids to do the labor for you. Remember, this is all about sales. At the end of the day, it's up. Your network is your money, and you still have to think about growing your business. There's going to be a point in your business model where you're not going to be illustrating anymore. You're going to be on the phone all the time, making these deals. If this doesn't sound like it's appealing to you, then that type of business not might be you, which is fine. Freelance is perfect if that's the mind that you want to go. I don't like the word freelance because it sounds like, what do people think when they hear freelance?
Free.
Right? I can't stand that.
I'm giving you an opportunity.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And then, like, it doesn't make sense to even have to do it because of your taxes. Even if you try to write it off on taxes, it doesn't even really make sense. You can't write your light. You can't tell your light bill, I'm going to write you off this month. That doesn't work. All right. Some of the marketing tools I want to talk about next when it comes to your business. All right, everybody in here have a website, right?
Yes.
We
Everybody
don't. Go ahead and put your hand up if you don't have a website. It's okay.
Working on it.
All right. WordPress is your best friend. WordPress is going to be your best friend. It's simple. There's a lot of tutorials on YouTube that you can use. Everybody in here should have at least a WordPress website. The next step is your search engine optimization. Does everybody know about that? Search engine, Google marketing. Look, Google has made it where you can compete on them. And I've made money from this. I've made a lot of money from this. Adding keywords to your local area, for instance, graphic designer Atlanta. So think about where your local location is and add those certain keywords and localize it. So your website will be on the first page for that local search. Remember, you got Google Places now. Google Local. Is it Google Local now? I don't think they changed it from Places to Local. So, but having an address, your website, everything on Google Local with your search engine optimization will give you a higher RPC. When people see that, what do they want to do? They want to look at the first 3 things on Google. They want to see if you're relevant, if you're local. Because a lot of people still want to see that face to face. They want to work with somebody. Chances are they'll send you an email or give you a call. You don't want to miss that money. It's real simple stuff to do. And this stuff is really easy, actually, believe it or not. You just go on YouTube and type in search engine optimization, how to do it, and just watch some videos. So there's 2 aspects of it. One is getting a WordPress website taken care of, and then doing your search engine, your keywords. Anyone understand about keywords and search engine? Y'all understand the process of how it starts? To where, and then you put in your title, right? That's the last part. The first part is actually seeing if there's a market for your search terms. Remember we talked about being an illustrator and defining one market, one aspect of the market? Remember, if you type in, I'm a graphic designer, you may be competing about 10 other graphic designers. But if you say I'm a medical illustrator, you may not be competing against that many illustrators. Does that make sense?
So you gotta find your niche. You gotta find that one thing that you want to be known for. That one thing you promote. That separates you from the rest of everybody who's here in the room.
Has anybody in here found their niche, their specific niche, or color? So, can you tell us a little bit about the color?
I am a consultant with color projects, so I help people pick out colors based on color psychology and visual ergonomics. I study the science of it. So when I'm putting myself out there, I'm talking about myself as a color expert. There's a bunch of us throughout the country, but there's not a lot of us in Atlanta. So.
Okay, and do you know how many times that term is searched throughout on the internet?
Color expert? No, I don't know how to find that out.
Okay, so we're going to talk about how to find that out right quick. All right, does anybody know or heard about Google Analytics?
Yeah.
All right, there is a keyword term in there. There's 2 aspects to it. One is your URL with the content that you already have in there, and the other aspect of it is actually putting in the keywords. I don't like to do more than 3. More than 3 kind of starts getting a little ramble. But 1, 2 is perfect. People are going to search, you know, like for instance, let's say rap music. So it's defined as a broad term, but if you say rap music Atlanta, it localizes it. So I like to use 2, 3 tops. You can like search, like for instance, social media marketing companies in Atlanta, graphic design companies in Atlanta, or something. But you kind of get the idea of that, right? All right. The next aspect of that is looking at those keywords and seeing which ones are being searched locally, globally, and locally. You have 2 aspects. You have 2 criteria of that it's going to display. Look at the one that's done locally, and look at ones with low competition rates, with high search values.
Say that again?
Low competition rates, high search values. It's going to be in your Google Analytics keyword. You'll be able to do it. Now you don't have to be a member of Google Gmail, but they'll ask for captions. If you are a member of Gmail, then you can just they'll automatically sign you in. It's not a paid service. It's a total free service. And then you know, you can hook up your Google Analytics to your website, and you start seeing how your traffic is generated. Another thing is webmaster tools will give you a better aspect of where your searches are coming from and where people are really where they're really searching at and what pages they're actually landing on. You can use analytics for that, but webmaster kind of gives you an easier tool to do it. Right. So you found your niche in colors, and so now let's talk about your client. Who's your ideal client?
Somebody in health and wellness and looking to get better.
Okay, you hear that? Health and wellness. That means she's not going to really target somebody who is not in that industry. Health and wellness goes into fitness as well. Can you give me a closer?
Chiropractors, offices, you know, acupuncturists, reflexologists.
She just said 2 of them as a huge market here in Atlanta. Chiropractors and acupuncture. That's big, right?
Yeah.
All those people need marketing tools. They need color. They need graphics. They need websites. They need illustrations. They need all that. She can hone in on that right there with her keywords, with her marketing tools, everything else, and don't even need to talk to anybody else. How much money can that be? You know, she can only maximize the revenue with a certain aspect of it before she has to start hiring employees. But she can make a nice little living off that. Nice. So you need to really think about what it is that your key client is, what your niche in the market is. You know, really hone in on that. Because all you need is one. Think about it. One chiropractor chain. If it's a chain, not just one chiropractor, but you see what a chain. Keep you busy forever. You really can. Graphic designers, one PR company, if that's what they want to do, or one, I guess, health and fitness company, local, keep you busy. They're always doing events. You got to have graphics for all these events. And then what other things can you do to offer your clients to make more money? Remember how I talked about earlier how it's like a one-stop shop you have to kind of be? You don't want somebody else going looking for something else. So is there any other additives that you sell besides the coloring?
Well, I do workshops, and then I do
But for your customers, though.
And then I do paintings based on their personality and sell them the paintings based on their color.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that. That's cool, right? Okay, so she's added another additive to her business model. So she knows that she's an expert in color. She knows that her main clients is, but she also knows that she can sell them other things. So what I'm asking y'all is, what else can you sell your clients? Or offer. Let's not use the word sell. I don't like the word sell so much. I like the word offer. Because when you offer something to somebody, they really like it, right? How many people in here are working, work with sales workshops? Work on your sales. So you work on your sales, you work on your sales performance. Sales workshops are very important because you have to be able to relay the message to people. Because remember, you got to dumbify everything. But everybody want to know what you're doing. Because sometimes people think they can do it themselves. Certain clients aspect of it. So if that's not something you want to deal with, somebody to teach them a little bit, even though they're willing to pay you, but it's going to be a hassle, you might not want to go after that person. Do we have any questions right now?
What's your, going back to the WordPress site, what's your favorite way to find a template?
Alright, I code in WordPress. So I don't really use anybody else's templates. I just pretty much build it from scratch up. Okay, but I'm gonna give you a great piece of software that's very affordable. It's $100, and it's Artisteer. If anyone heard of it, it's Artisteer.
Can you spell that?
Artist and then EER.
Artisteer.
Artist, EER.
All right. You got a copy of Photoshop? You got a copy of Fireworks, or you just got a copy of Window Paint? Artisteer for $100 will make you Joomla, WordPress, Blogger, HTML, and I think it does one other.
Yeah, it's a few. WordPress. Yeah, you said WordPress.
All right, it's a template. It's great. However, it doesn't do all the little social features out of the box. So if you're looking to help with your social media aspect to it, like your social presence, you have to add some little things to it. But it's a great template generator. I use it just to generate a template, and then I go in there and recode it to fit my needs. I'm kind of interested in learning a little bit more about everyone else right quick, kind of what they're doing with their business. We kind of know yours, so let's go to...
Well,
Alan?
that's one reason why I'm here. I'm kind of looking for my niche. I'm a very talented artist. I've won several awards, and my niche is realism. I like doing portraits in style of Rembrandt and all the other classical artists. But I need to monetize that talent. So that's what I'm looking for.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about what it is that your favorite thing to do. So you're doing portraits. What kind of portraits are you doing? You doing oil paint? You doing acrylic?
Oil paint.
Okay, so you're oil paints. Are you doing couples? Are you doing?
I could do groups. I
can. Let's talk about what it is you love to do.
I love to do faces. You see.
Okay, there we go. We got a good start.
Okay.
So what kind of faces do you like to do?
Face has to appeal to me. You know, if I see a face of an individual, I kind of get to know that person. And I ask them, can I do your portrait?
I mean, Benjamin Franklin appeals to you.
Well, you have to see my work because I tried the commission route. But if the face is not working for me as an artist, the painting won't work for me.
All right. Monetize it. It's going to be real simple. I did a search on this a long time ago as far as like portrait type things. Two things are going to make a lot of money. One is children, babies. Everybody wants to spend money on their baby for oil paint, acrylics, whatever. Everybody wants. So you really want to focus your search engine and stuff on that to see exactly where it fits in the market. But from what my understanding is, I did this a while back because I used to shoot babies for a little while too, just to kind of see what the market was. A lot of that stuff is still open. So babies, everybody wants a picture of their baby.
You see, that's it now. When you're talking about painting portraits, you're talking about a labor-intensive task. I don't know if you ever...
So you take a picture, right? And then they send it to you, and you draw the picture.
No.
But
But I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate what you're saying, but that doesn't work for me.
Okay, the next aspect of it that I've noticed is corporate oil paintings.
Yeah,
all right.
That kind of works.
All right, so if that works for you, then gear your website around that, gear all your paintings around that, all your portfolio around that, and look for companies who are going to need your services. All right, you know what's great about the tax commission office here in Georgia? All the little people, when you go get your business license, all their information is on there. It's for the public display. You can do a search, and all of a sudden, on their local form, there's a whole bunch of businesses. You know what's great about the Chamber of Commerce? There's a whole bunch of businesses sitting right there. And all you have to do is go right through them and just find out which one. And yes, the phone still works. Get them on the phone, call on these people, tell them who you are, and see if they're interested. If they're not, they'll let you know. If they are interested, you get a check.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm kind of like a cross between hip-hop and X-Files. The best way I can describe myself. I just do whatever comes to mind. I have a lot of different influences, and I just put it on paper, put it on canvas, put it on walls.
So you're not really a commercial designer, you're more of a art, like raw artist, raw talent artist?
Yeah, I'm less commercial, more on the creative aspect.
That's fine. There's a market for everybody. People need to fill hotel rooms need to fill stuff with artwork. So does like businesses, and there's actually royalty money out of that. You might be able to get 3, 5, 10, 15 cents for everybody who walks by and sees it. Think about it. It depends on how you sell it. Remember, it's all this is intellectual property is what really the United States is built on. So who's your ideal customer? Like, who buys your stuff for the most part? People who have needy stuff in their homes too. So I mean, it just depends on how you want to sell it.
When I was in New York, I would paint on hats, jeans, stuff like that. That was kind of my kind of clientele.
Clothing line, like in style.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah. So you probably need a store though, a storefront when you get a lot of traffic. You wanna?
I
Yeah.
never thought about it that way.
Yeah, you need a storefront with a lot of traffic. That way people can buy your stuff. What will your print sell for?
Well,
Your jeans?
I never really sold them. I just make them.
You never sold them.
I kind of did, but it's been a while. I'm kind of here to kind of update myself on the current way of doing things. I'm kind of like a dinosaur.
It's okay. Dinosaurs still lay eggs. They still make money. They still hatch stuff. So. They caught a dinosaur not too long ago. Y'all see the big alligator or crocodile? They call it.
Yeah.
That's Winston. So they say it's a dinosaur, last living dinosaur.
There's a lot that I don't know. I'm clueless about a great many things as far as how to market.
So how do you learn how to like hone in on your skills?
Coming to group meetings like this.
Do you do any online training material? Like YouTube training? Like just go online and just search for something on YouTube and just say, hey, I want to learn how to do this? So that's probably what you're going to have to start doing if you want to try to like improve some of the skills or find new skills. Unless you want to go back to doing those paintings, those drawing on the jeans and stuff, it's very stylish. Like it's almost like an airbrush type business model.
Yeah, I work with that too.
So what you would need is a place with heavy traffic, so you can start collecting cash. That's what I would think. I'm not, but then again, here's the interesting thing that I've learned over the past few years. I've been doing this 8 years. Everybody in the world knows your business better than you do. You get that from anybody? Everybody try to tell you what to do, but they're not really doing it. So that's one thing that you have to understand. Everybody knows your business better than you do. I'm being sarcastic, by the way.
Yeah, I'm oil on canvas, a lot of landscapes, mostly very thick paint texture, a lot of color. I guess I'm trying to get back on track of trying to figure out how to best market myself as well. I've let it go for a while and pursued other things, my art, and kept my art to myself. Now I'm ready to get back out there.
So how many prints do you have?
They're actual canvases, so yeah, I have.
When I say prints, that's what I mean, like
Right,
or pieces. I'm sorry. It's pieces.
Probably, over the course of as long as I've been doing it, probably I have like 30, 50 pieces right now.
So you've got an art gallery.
Right, but the problem is they're not as cohesive right now. I mean, they're a jumble because they're from over the years. I sell things as I've gone along. So I'm working right now on trying to get a cohesive group that would be good for like an exhibition or gallery or something like that.
So what kind of gallery stuff are you going to do? Like expedition stuff that you do? Are you going to start all over? Or are you going to try to use these pieces as
I'm using some of them to start
a whole new line?
a line, yeah. Exactly.
All right, that line could take 3 to 5 years before it's ready to go. All right, let me tell you something about today's business model. It's 5 years to break even. 3 years to learn your business, 5 years to break even, 8 years to generate profit. That's today's new model. Does anybody feel that right now? So it's kind of an interesting aspect. It's 3 to 5 years, but I think you can do it in 3.
Character design and story. My thinking now is going from paper to computer. And also finding clients that are interested in actually paying for work and do something for me and don't have any cash.
You're a perfect example of why you should do crowdsourcing. You're a perfect example because you're trying to find people who need to afford what you're doing, but you're not really wanting to go to the computer. So Tongo is actually a good spot for you to start. That's the interesting thing. Just because you don't know the computer don't mean you can't make money. How much is it for a brand or a game or a TV thing to come up with a character? How much is it worth to them? At least $40,000. An idea, right? An idea to a major company is worth about at least $40,000. If you're not making any money right now and you're doing drawings or whatever, why not try to crowdsource and see if you can get some cash? Remember, a lot of these crowdsourcing sites, they do prizes from first all the way to 5th or 6th place. And it could be thousands of dollars. I think right now Lego's giving away close to 80 grand. Lego.
What are they asking the sculptor?
For a 3D animation. Not 3D animation, but just kind of whatever little Legos you play with, and you take little pictures of them, and you make a movie out of them. They're giving away tons of money. What they use a lot of stuff for is YouTube videos. So when you think about it, can you ever have enough YouTube videos? No, not at all, right? So another thing what's interesting about your deal is like animation. Animation is really huge here in Atlanta. Are you part of the Flash development group or the Flash game?
I'm really like getting introduced.
All right. You need to start maybe targeting Flash people because remember, Flash people doesn't necessarily mean they don't have time to design a character. Just because they can draw doesn't mean they have time to do it. The company may not even want them to make any characters. They just may want them to sit there and draw in Flash all day and Illustrator. How much time is it to draw a character? It's a lot of work, right? How much time is it to draw in Flash or Illustrator? It's a lot of work, isn't it? So you got to think that, you might have one aspect here, just somebody draws, and then that drawing goes right to the Flash person or the Illustrator, and it's made on computer. So just because you don't know the computer doesn't mean you can't make money. It means you know who you have to target. You may be a content provider for illustrators, or not for a Flash designer. Does that make sense?
Right. Okay.
Content providing is getting huge too. And actually, I read an article about 4 or 5 years ago. The new millionaires will be all content providers, providing content. You can never have enough content on the internet, right?